Start off flexing.
Welcome to Hunk and Chunk.
There you go. Today we're going to show you how to make a healthy oatmeal breakfast with a high amount of protein. Okay? So what we're going to do here, I'm just going to start my timer just so we can see how long this is going to take. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to start the water boiling, just like so. So I'm going to set the water to start boiling.
Nice.
And what we're going to do is we're going to add about a coffee cup full of oatmeal into a bowl. Okay? Just like so. Just like that, approximately.
Then put your coffee in the coffee cup afterwards.
Yeah, we're going to multitask. An excellent play, by the way. So, what we've got there is that's about the maximum amount of oatmeal you'd want. And what we've got set up here is we're also going to be adding cinnamon to the oatmeal. And the reason is that cinnamon is anti-inflammatory, so it lowers the aches and pains in your body.
Ouch.
But cinnamon also decreases levels of insulin, which is the fat-storing hormone. So cinnamon can be good for us to help lean down. The other thing we're going to be adding is raw, unpasteurized honey. Now you don't want to use unpasteurized honey for infants and small babies, just a health warning there, but for adults it's perfectly fine. The thing with raw unpasteurized honey is it actually contains active enzymes that will help digest the oatmeal. Otherwise, it'll be harder for your body to break it down. Plus it adds healthy vitamins and a good amount of flavor. And to round things out, we're also going to be adding some protein. Now in this case, we're going to be adding pea protein. Normally pea protein is really gross. So we're going to try to mask it in the oatmeal, and that way we're going to get about 20 to 30 grams of protein, probably about 50 grams of carbs. So it's going to be a really well-rounded breakfast.
Yeah, it's the vegetable pea.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Now Titi, could I get you to explain the idea behind breakfast blitz and healthy breakfast and talk about breakfast in popular culture?
I thought you never would. So the reason why we started this Breakfast Blitz thing is because, well, the best way to describe it is through the amusement park thing. If you see your handout, and you can get this handout online through Fox Fitness, is we explain it like this. When you're on a ride, there's a lot of crappy rides that make your body feel really bad. Like you're moving all around, you're not liking it, your stomach feels queasy, you feel kind of nauseous. Well, that's what breakfasts do. That's what terrible breakfasts do to a lot of people every single day. That actually, then they almost get to the point where they don't even want to eat breakfast. And it's just because they're not eating the right breakfast. So the best way to look at it is like if you're on a roller coaster and you're going up and down and you're feeling horrible, then why would you want to be on that ride? And that's the same things that muffins do, or pancakes,
yes.
or cupcakes. Well, we don't really eat those for breakfast, but muffins are pretty much cupcakes just with no icing. And other foods like that. Waffles, that's a bad one.
So, you know, as TT was saying, a muffin is nothing but a cupcake with no icing.
Right.
A pancake is just like a flattened cupcake.
It has cake in the title.
Right? And you know what? We also have breakfast cereals are very much like candy, especially if there's a superhero mascot.
Yeah.
And those are all bad rides because they take you up and they bring you down. And that's why people need a lot of caffeine and stuff during the day. So what we're showing you is a breakfast that helps give you a steady level of energy. So it's going to be a good ride because you never go on a crappy ride at the amusement park again. Right?
Now, well, this is actually, now you got the oatmeal in the bowl with the hot water. While that's getting ready for you to eat, you can do multiple things. You can make your cup of coffee in the morning. You can check emails on your phone. What I like to do is I cut my t-shirts into tank tops. There's a lot of different things you can do.
TT, I'm going to have you show them how we're going to make a tea at the same time.
Oh.
So what's happening is we wanted to make this as simple and easy for you as possible. So rather than cooking the oatmeal in a pot, we put the boiling water in the bowl with the oatmeal and we let it sit. So it's actually cooking that way, and that's all you need to do. And what I'm going to do here is, and now we've got extra boiled water here, so Tiki's just going to show you how to make a tea.
There's no tea.
What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to add the cinnamon on top, just like this, okay? Then we're going to add some of the pea protein in and stir it. Okay, so we're going to add about a scoop of pea protein here, and we're going to stir it into the oatmeal. Okay, now if it gets too thick, that's not a problem. You just add a little bit more water because this is getting kind of thick as it is. But once again, we're multitasking here. We're getting the healthy amounts of protein and carbs all at once. And then once again, we're going to add a little bit of honey, just like this. It's going to give it some flavor and it's going to help your body break it down. So I just do a little swirl like so. All right. So that'll just take another minute or so and it's done. Now TT, why don't you show us what you've got done, what you've come up with here?
Well, what happened was that I went to the back of the kitchen and I picked a random tea. I'm not sure a lot about teas, but there's a lot of different ones that you can choose from a lot of different places. They're very popular now. And I poured it in this thing that holds tea and hot water. Pretty simple, right? A lot healthier than coffee, that's for sure. Not sure what that does, but you can take that out.
So you don't need that. That's if you put the leaves directly in there.
We're learning things as we go along here.
Yeah.
So then we pour the tea in like so. gentlemen, there's a complete breakfast for you.
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're making use of the time spent for the oatmeal to cook. We're making use of that by preparing a healthy tea on the side. And what tea did you make here?
Whatever.
Okay, so some random tea from the back. And so we've got the tea and we've got the breakfast. TG, can you just eat that just to be sure it's edible?
Yeah. It's edible.
He's still alive. So folks, that's basically how you make a healthy oatmeal breakfast. That took us exactly 5 minutes and 20 seconds, okay? So everybody's got time to make a healthy breakfast. Wake up 5 minutes earlier. It'll help you feel more energized throughout the day. The oatmeal has low glycemic carbohydrates for a steady source of energy.
Right.
We also added in the protein to balance out the breakfast. We've got healthy tea on the side. So this is a great breakfast option. We just showed you how easy it is to make it in the morning. And TT, do you have any more words of wisdom to share with everybody?
It's actually pretty good. This has been Hunk and Chunk.
Have you tried this breakfast before?
I've never even seen it before.
I can tell.
Yeah.
You were a little obvious. Okay, we can probably edit out that last part about you. No, okay.
There's no point.
Who cares? That's it.